Hey guys, it's Erin and Kevin, and we are back with a brand new video, and we are talking about communication.
So, in today's video about communication, it's very important when it comes to any sort of relationship, whether you are boyfriend, girlfriend, fiancés, married,
Friends.
husband and wife, friends, brothers, sisters, anything. Communication is a really big part of any sort of relationship because you need to make sure that you and your partner, significant other, friend, whatever, is on the same page. Because if you're not, that's where things can go out of hand. You can think one way and they could think another way, but you need to communicate to understand where they're coming from.
Very much so. I think communication, like Kevin said, is one of the biggest keys into a marriage, friendship, mom, daughter, dad, whoever you're having a relationship with. And like for example, one of my girlfriends, she is very, very interesting. You would not meet anyone else like her. Our communication is sometimes very, very random. She could mean one thing, I could mean another. And like literally the other day I was talking to her and she said, okay, I'll see you in about 15 minutes. I said, okay, awesome. And I didn't realize she meant she was coming over to the house. So I was like, oh. So literally our communication skills, I love that child half to death, but our communication skills are still random. So we're trying to get back to that to get normal, but I don't think that'll ever happen with that. But we're working on it. But like Kevin said, communication is one of the most important things in a relationship. If you do not have communication, it is not going to work. I promise you that. I've been in different situations where, communication was not involved and it caused a major, major, major issue in a lot of friendships and a lot of relationships. So,
Yeah, miscommunication can have things spiral out of control, whether it is a marriage, whether it is a job, whether it is just you talking to somebody else about making plans.
yeah.
Miscommunication is one of the worst things that can happen. So, like, think about it like this. So, for example, my job, if I don't communicate something to the next shift, we can miss a shipment. Or if I don't communicate something to my shift at that time that needs to be specifically done, it won't get done. Or if I communicate to a certain individual about something and then they don't communicate it to the other people that they're working with, or if I communicate something to Erin and she doesn't communicate it to like her friends or her parents or whatnot, then things just spiral out of control.
Correct. Being an ESC teacher, I work as an ESC teacher. I work with all sorts of grades, as you would say, and I absolutely love children that have different learning challenges because I think it's incredible. I love working with them. But as a para, I have to communicate with other paras and the teachers. If I do not communicate with the other paras and teachers, vice versa, I'm not even joking, it gets into almost like a thunderstorm because it's like nobody knows what the heck is going on. So even in your job sites, you've got to have communication because if you don't, you're gonna have some issues. You're definitely gonna have some issues. Trust me on that.
And it's something you might want to do and might consider when you need to talk to somebody. Just sit down and talk with them. Don't drag it out. Don't fight. Don't yell or anything like that. So one big reason for us creating this whole channel is to tell you guys that we have had our own issues and we reflect on them, and even still we talk about it all the time. So like for example, we used to fight a lot, and what we would do is we would just continue to yell at each other. We wouldn't actually do anything about it. We would just yell at each other, fight at each other, and no resolve. Or if we did have a resolve, the very next day, same thing, over and over and over again. And it was not worth it. So, like we said in the first video, one big thing for us is God. And we would go to church, and not to put you on the spot, but Pastor John would help us all the time and communicate with us all the time about stuff. And communication was one of the biggest things that he had for us. And it helped us in a sense of, oh my God, we actually really have to sit down and talk about this. So instead of yelling at each other, throwing stuff at each other, and all that. We just sat down calmly and talked to each other about it. I have my thoughts, she has her thoughts, and vice versa. So we witnessed a few things with a few individuals that we think they need to just sit down and talk and like not just interrupt each other, because that's also something we did was if we wanted to talk, I would interrupt her or she would interrupt me, one of the two, and there's no reason you should do that. Because even though you want to be like, well, you know what, this and this and that, no, you are not getting to the root cause of your point. You are just making it worse on you, you're making it worse on the situation, and you are just making it worse in your whole entire relationship. You cannot just sit there and think that you are always right no matter what. Because I'm going to tell you, I'm wrong, she's wrong, everybody's wrong. Because when push comes to shove, you need to just talk it out. Sit down and talk it out.
And one of the things, guys, because we've been through this, so trust us when we say this, because I'm 25, Kevin's 24. We have been through a very, very, very rough journey, and praise God we have, because we wouldn't be where we are today. We wouldn't have a roof over our heads, we wouldn't have the grace of God, like we wouldn't have any of this if it wasn't for God. One of the things when you're communicating, and I strongly suggest, please don't do this, do not force your opinions on other people, please. Everybody has different opinions. I could say I like the color green, and Kevin could say he likes the color blue. Please do not force your opinions on someone else and say, oh, I like the color green, you have to like the color green, or oh, I like the color blue, you have to like the color blue. Well, you know what? People have different opinions, so leave them the heck alone, okay? I'm so tired of going to the store every day. I'm sorry for this little rant, but I'm so tired of going to the store every day or going shopping because I have to get a few things and hearing people say, oh, well, that person likes so-and-so, or this person likes that show, or this person likes that type of food. Well, you know what? People got different opinions, y'all. Leave them the heck alone.
Yeah, you can't just force it on somebody. You need to understand that you have your own opinion, they have their own opinion. But you have to come to a common ground when it comes to something. Like, for me, I love anime. For her, she loves Disney. I used to never really like Disney. And now I will go to Disney, and I have gotten a little bit more used to it because my wife loves it, and vice versa. And I love anime, and I got her started watching anime too. Hi, Teddy.
Sorry, I told you I would bring Teddy into the next video.
Hi, Teddy.
Teddy, look at the camera.
There's Teddy. But like I said, please do not force your opinions on other people. That being like Kevin just said, I like Disney and Kevin likes anime. So please do not judge us and literally say rude things just for the fun of it, because that's just rude, okay? That's extremely rude. Like, if I wouldn't have followed my heart and I wouldn't have done what I did, I wouldn't have Teddy. I rescued Teddy I literally rescued Teddy from being abused and brought him into a home where he's got a loving mom and dad because we love him. And we had communication on that too. It was just a little out there.
Even though that was another perfect example
we'll
about
tell you that story a
communication.
little later. Yeah.
That's something that you just have to do sometimes. You have to communicate with your significant other, your friend, whoever it is.
Yeah.
Because you need to know what's going on and know how to deal with it. And I know that we're still only about 2 years married, but even though we've had this very short marriage so far, we have had an experience. And even before we got married, we've had an experience. Everybody's having an experience. And I just am happy that there's other people out there that will watch this or watch the first video and still understand that we're human. We're all human beings. We all have the same feelings. Nobody's better than anybody else. And if you tell me you're a piece of shit. I'm sorry, but you are.
Basically, yeah.
And you need to know that you are never always right. I'm never always right. My wife's never always right. You need to communicate with somebody on a single common ground, and you will understand how they feel, and we will understand how you feel.
And this will be in another video that Kevin and I are going to do on opinions and judgment. If somebody has a different religion than you do, please don't judge them for that. Please don't, because I'm so tired of hearing people say, "Oh, well, they're a Christian," or "Oh, they're a Catholic." So
I was born a
why does it
Catholic
matter?
and I got baptized as Christian.
Yeah, why does it matter? Or I've heard a lot of people say, "Oh, well, they're Jehovah's Witnesses," or "Oh, they're Christians and they can't be friends." Are you kidding me right now? Really?
Yeah, it's not.
Because our next door neighbors are, and we're really good friends with them. Like, so what? Don't judge people because they have a different opinion or a different saying than you do. Like, that's rude. But that'll be in another video. So.
Yes. So, if you guys made it this far into the video, I want to say thank you for all the views and subscribes that you've given.
Thank you for all the support.
I'm very surprised, to be completely honest. I didn't expect this to actually happen. But something I would like, if you could, leave us some options to talk about. And this channel isn't just going to be us talking. Sometimes we're going to have videos of us going places, or we're going to have videos of us just giving some examples, or hell, question and answer, something like that. But it's not just going to be us sitting here talking all the time. But if you guys have any ideas, just let us know.
Yeah, thank you so much, and we really, really do appreciate your support. We really feel like this is going to go very far. With God's help, we really feel like we can reach a lot of people. And we also feel like we can make a lot of friends through this too. So we thank you so much for our subscribers and the support that you guys are giving us.
Let people know too. All right. Bye, guys.